Secretary, welcome to the Infrastructure Construction Forum.
Okay.
A question, is this the right moment to invest in the Philippines?
Oh, definitely, it is the right moment to invest in the Philippines. Many indicators really point toward a very positive, robust, and sustained kind of growth that we are experiencing. You know, our country has been posting positive growth for the past over 75 quarters. And right now, we're hitting consistently over 6% growth, quarter by quarter, year on year. And this is not simple growth. I mean, we are seeing a solid base of growth, meaning to say it's driven not only by services, which used to be the only sector driving the GDP, but now we're even seeing manufacturing and industry posting over 6%, 7%, and there was a time even 8% growth for manufacturing, pulling up the GDP growth rate to where we are right now. And when we talk of manufacturing, this is important to us because this is the sector that creates jobs, decent jobs, and that will really uplift the standard of living of many Filipinos. And as you uplift them, of course, they now begin to serve also as a bigger consumer market. Then many would have jobs. Lower unemployment, which has been posted, 5.4%, used to be over 6.6%. And so you can imagine a young population, 23 years old average, with jobs, and of course this will go on for many more years, and simply just enlarging the economy. So it really presents a good demographic sweet spot, on top of also the other economic reforms that will make the business environment really welcoming of attracting foreign investors.
So what sectors do you see specifically interesting for investment?
Oh, okay. Manufacturing is number one because our country, just by looking at the different importable items, I mean, there's a big room for import substitution. That shows that the demand is here. For particular, two big sectors, cement, steel. These are two sectors that have been growing, I guess, and with an inflection point. And the demand is so strong that we're importing a lot of this. So we need more capacities there. We need more capacities in manufacturing, like auto parts. Of course, electronics is given already. More than one half of our exports is electronics. Shipbuilding, auto parts, furnitures, garments, agri-based products. We need a lot of processing for our agriculture products. So, for example, a mango, rather than export that mango, you can process them into snack products, dried mangoes, etc. The same for coconut juice, virgin coconut oil, and the like, and cocoa cream, etc. So a lot of opportunities really combining agri-based. Other sectors, of course, transportation, energy, renewable energy. These are sectors that we are really inviting investments on. Also, transportation, we would like to really strengthen like a public utility modernization program, public utility vehicle modernization program. So more players for the PUV modernization. So, and many more. Chemicals also is a major sector. And I mentioned, I think, tourism, BPO.
Let's mention tourism because the tourism infrastructure lags a little bit behind.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we have this build. I mean, I mentioned in the talk earlier, the build, the massive infrastructure program. So as you create more of this infrastructure, we try to lower also the logistics costs. You create more regional growth centers nationwide, and then therefore it offers greater opportunities for investors to come.
So how do you see foreign investments in this infrastructure sector? How can it benefit the industry?
Okay, the foreign investments will definitely complement what we have here. If, for example, in the construction industry, hopefully they do partner, bringing in new technology as well. But a foreign investor would need a local partner who knows the market very well and would have the necessary network in terms of getting the needed manpower and dealing with many stakeholders in the country. So foreign investments are really welcome. Our president really gives special attention to making sure that there is ease in doing business for all businessmen, foreign and local. But he has always given, our president has always given that commitment to really tell him if there are problems, and he himself will try to address those issues, or corruption issues, extortion. That should not be part of this scenario.
Great. Are there any incentives to invest in the Philippines?
There are incentives. In fact, we are even enhancing it. Contrary to misperception, these ongoing tax reform on corporate incentives are even being enhanced. First of all, the corporate income tax will be brought down from 30% to 20% in 10 years. Then secondly, the other reforms, for instead of only income tax holiday, so aside from income tax holiday, we will consider other forms of incentives like accelerated depreciation, net operating loss carryover, double deduction on R&D and training, and also there will continue to be a lower tax rate for if you are an eco-zone locator. Although the rates now will be time-bound, will no longer be perpetual. That is part of the tax reform. So this tax reform will really level the playing field and hopefully entice more foreign investors to come in.
Okay, so how do you see the role of the Italian chamber or the chambers, foreign chambers in general, to help the Philippines to promote investment?
Oh yeah, the Italian chamber has been, and hopefully will continue to be, a big partner in all this, helping us explain to the Italian business community that it's really the right time to invest in the Philippines. As we say, don't be left behind. The growth has been sustained and will continue to do so, just looking at all these demographics and reforms that we're doing. So the Italian chamber hopefully can mention and promote the Philippines as a number one investment destination. Because I also mentioned that there are surveys that show Philippines as the number one investment destination, just considering the upside, the huge upside, because of all this growth rate happening in the country.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
To this partnership.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.